I want us all to think of one strategy that you can do for 1 month that's under $50.
Dang.
And I'd argue that you already said yours, and maybe it's webinar.
I'm going to stick by that, yeah. And we're just going to go with those really basic free tools. We're not even going to do something that needs an upgrade. Promote yourself an event, a webinar-style event, using organic social. Get your friends to share it. Make your visual assets in Canva, or a similar system that can let you make pretty stuff for free. And host the event on Facebook Live, which is, again, free.
And you have $50 to spend. Where would you put it?
LinkedIn ads.
LinkedIn ads. Or Facebook ads if you're going to host it there.
Yeah.
Great. There you go.
That just got you, if it's a decent, true inbound, what's a good title of a webinar you've heard of recently?
Oh, man.
Like 3 tips to growing your business.
Yeah.
Like if it was something like that people, obviously not that.
I always
Low-cost digital marketing strategies for startups.
I always like doing ones that have a slightly negative spin, like 3 mistakes you're making, or like why your blank sucks, and that kind of stuff. And like people are like, I think it resonates more with people. Like, oh God, what does he know that I don't? And I want to go check out that webinar.
Why does my blank suck?
So what Matt?
I love this idea.
No.
Yeah.
What Matt just talked about is something we do with clients all the time, like how we kick off an inbound contract a lot is like a quick win campaign. You've got these leads. Most of the time, the first thing we see, your leads aren't being nurtured. Let's get them out there. Let's warm them up with a nice piece of quality premium content. Let's have a webinar. Say it's going to be 6 weeks from now. Build out the campaign. 4 or 5 weeks of emails going out with all these reminders. You got follow-up emails. You have like social posts. Like a LinkedIn campaign would be good with a nice targeted audience. We can do. There's so many low-hanging fruit around that too. Like get a chatbot on your site if you're on HubSpot, a pop-up form. Like people, you're bringing people to your site. Like make them sign up for the webinar. If you make it enticing enough and make it sound like something they can't miss, you're gonna generate interest in it.
If you already have all that stuff set up, it's nothing. It does not cost you money.
Nope, it does not.
All those
and
tools
honestly,
are there for you.
it can be done in a day. Like you can do all that in a day.
Yep.
And on average, what would you say? You get a bunch of new leads usually, and then maybe even some MQLs out of it if they stay through the whole webinar and they want to convert.
Yep.
And
if
what's the
you
worst that's going to happen is you get new leads.
Absolutely. And if you record the webinar, even if you get no leads, you have a piece of content that you can then market on its own. You can put that on a lead generation form. You can make people give you their email address just to see the webinar that you recorded that you were going to do anyway.
If I come to you and I'm watching this, my only thing would be like, oh, but I can't afford a camera or a streaming software.
Do you have a phone?
I have a phone.
All right. Do you have Facebook?
I have Facebook.
All right. You're done.
Okay. That was the point I was trying to drive across, and I'm glad you went there. It's like use your webcam on your computer, use your iPhone.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my strategy is set aside a half hour every day. So maybe instead of the $50, it's your time. So make sure you have a half hour every day to record yourself with your cell phone horizontally.
Oh God, yeah.
And just one thought about your business that is sincere. And add that to that same video to your YouTube channel, to your Facebook, and cut a snippet to Instagram. Do that for 4 weeks, and I guarantee you at least get some people to engage with it.
Can I add on that, Larry? And you're like a videographer by trade, right? So, and you I'm sure you have thoughts on this, but like a lot of times people struggle with is like, well, I don't. The quality of the Zoom isn't that great. My iPhone, like I don't want to put myself out on video out there if it's not sophisticated or not making me look my best. And I'm gonna challenge that all the way from here to the moon, because it's like, first of all, it's better than nothing. Like some content's better than nothing just by principle. But second of all, people like that stuff. It's like it's raw, it's authentic. Like the Gary Vee example, he'll grab a phone, grab a 30-second selfie. He's got a thought between meetings in the hallway, and like that's how he produces content. Like you don't need to be like some production studio, a green screen, like or post editing stuff.
Exactly.
Like sit in front of a camera, have a nice background, grab a conference room, grab a coffee. Like make sure you have something like a nice shirt on or something. But like that's all you need. People like that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I have an interesting thought on that, and I think it's the same argument that people will make for not wanting to have a pricing page. and I think we talked about this in a podcast last week, but
You should have a pricing page.
people don't want a pricing page because they think it will scare people away when they see the price. The same way people might not want to film themselves because they're afraid of what people would think of them or see what they look like or hear how they sound. But I'd argue that something is always better than nothing. You're not going to get the person to buy from your pricing page if they don't know what it costs, and they're not going to want to engage with you as a person if they don't know who you are.
I would way rather somebody look at my pricing page and say, I can't afford that, than to say, wow, there's no pricing page. I'll bet I can't afford this, and bounce.
Yes.
Right.
Hands down.
And that's what they'll do. It's what I would do.
And if you're putting out good content and someone says, wow, I can't afford this, it doesn't mean I can't afford this later, where you're a thought leader now. Now that my business has grown, I'll come back to those guys because I can afford that product now.